against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals.
And good evening, everyone. Hold on a second here. I gotta straighten things up. The place is a mess. I got garbage open. You can see. Oh, sorry. Just came in from outside. Having a quick smoke. Thank you very much, Hip. Had to show that. Got his Freedom Stream hoodie. I'm gonna take and put the new hoodies up there very soon with the no coin, the Operation Shadowgate. So that'll be cool. Hoping to hear back maybe tomorrow, but probably Monday, from the designers with the first draft of the coin. That's going to be cool. As soon as I get something back, even if it's jacked up, whatever I get back, I'm gonna post online. But no, wanted to thank everyone for joining. Good show last night. Interesting, right? Oh my God. You know, y'all don't realize how frustrating it can be. Maybe you do. I don't really think that's even possible, though. When you're talking like the levels of betrayal that we're dealing with, everybody, I think, that's watching right now or watches this at a later time is they get that there's a problem. They get that there's this manipulation, that social media, our government, mainstream media is just turned into one big mockingbird, right? And that's what I've been trying to expose since really 2015. And you know, I've not always done it as artfully as probably others would, but others aren't in this situation. And I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to be a Dan Bongino or anything like that. Definitely don't want to be a Sarah Carter or Laura Logan. Jesus. At least if I'm going to be a journalist, I want to be not a corrupt one. But no, I do. I want to actually. I've kind of modeled what I think a journalist should be, largely after Michael Hastings. I think he does a great job. I set this up. Wow, that's big. Let me make this a little bit smaller there. There we go. I like that, though. I like that. We're keeping you. I got, I didn't get as much done on with setting up the post today. I really have, I think, something set up cool. I don't know if y'all have had a chance to check this out, but I think I have a really kind of a cool product, a good product. Now, as I said, I didn't get to put much on here today. You saw what the capabilities are of it yesterday, how I can take screenshots and lay them out on there really nicely, and I can really put together something that hopefully makes a complicated thing easy to understand. And I'm putting these out every day, Monday through Friday with I try to get them out by 5 o'clock, but I didn't get the videos done today in time. But I had some good conversations going on I had a long conversation with my attorney today. As a matter of fact, that was pretty good. Damn it! I wish I had filled my coffee up. I'm out of coffee. But I had a long conversation with my attorney today, and she's actually got a case filed in federal court. She's the attorney that's been going after the HAVA thing, and I tell you what, I certainly have to be careful not to violate any type of attorney-client stuff, and I'm not going to. But it, Kelly actually is an amazing person, right? She, when Millie was arrested, somebody reached out to her. I don't know. Somebody reached out to her and said, told her about Millie's mom, and how Millie's mom had recanted and said, no, don't file these charges or anything. But they needed to get them on record. So Kelly reached out to Millie's mom while Millie was, I think, in jail still, and got a memorandum signed for her mom, and that got her basically, that helped get her out of jail. The judge saw that signed memorandum saying, listen, you're in here on like 12 or 17, 12 counts of bullshit, all stemming from an incident that you don't even have somebody complaining about. They said they don't even want to file charges. So it was complete bullshit. Kelly stepped in there, got that, and was instrumental for that. But, post-Jan, and then she was actually quite involved, I believe donating her own time in Michigan with the vote count and such there, with the attorneys helping out, right? So she's trying to do a good thing. But she got, hey, Wicked, she got bombarded by multiple assets, right? I think, initially, that guy Jason Funes had stopped and saw me on the 20th, that evening, 20th evening, 21st of January. I basically told him to go pound sand. He didn't take the hit very good, and he goes out and he ends up engaging with Kelly, and then I don't, we won't go into any of that, right? But he is just like, he is a sociopath, right? This guy's a freaking asset. But so she takes on my case, and we have like a signed agreement, contract, and everything. And she was going to represent me. Any word from Quicks? You have to hip. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're asking Hip about that. That's good. That distracted me there. I saw that, and I'm like, oh wait, no, because I don't have any update. Yeah, well, yeah, no, I don't have any update. It's interesting thing for sure. Good product. Who knows what's going on with that right now? That is an interesting thing, but nonetheless, help me out here. I got distracted. So Kelly signs me up as her client, and what we were going to do is sue InfoWars, sue Alex Jones. She submits to them a letter, right? And and they have to respond within 30 days, a demand letter. Yes, I did, Hip, and I'm actually going to play those in a bit. But so she issued a demand letter to Alex Jones. But right after that, See, y'all didn't understand what was going on behind the scenes, right? But right within a couple days of me, of her taking that on and doing that, right? And sending that demand letter, Tori engages my attorney. And she has a better idea, Tori does. Tori's idea is to weaponize her daughter and have Kelly file a lawsuit and sue InfoWars, Alex Jones, for things they said about her daughter. Why would you ever want to bring your daughter into that? I have no idea. But what she did was, her plan was, and she tried to sell me on this, and I'm like, fuck off. That's stupid. A, why would you ever put your daughter in that situation? And B, your plan is to do that. And then somehow, after you get all of this in and everything, you're going to then slide in Shadowgate, social media manipulation, my stuff. No. Why would you do that? But Tori used her platform and manipulated, in my opinion, the situation, and then put my attorney in a situation where it became a conflict of interest, right? And so Tori's like, well, I can raise money and I'll have all of this. I'm not so sure she ever did, right? Although she fucked me, literally, with my InfoWars case. Tori, the person I've said has been fucking me from getting this story out from day one, which everybody's like, oh, that's not. It is. And so, that was a problem with me. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, to the best of my knowledge, she never funded that. And I doubt she ever will, because A, she's busy fundraising for her daughter a Tesla. Apparently the time machine's broken, and she can't just go out and do the lottery ticket thing, right? That's what I'd do if I had a time machine. I wouldn't be going to my supporters and having them raise money for my daughter's Tesla, when I've promised my attorney that I would be paying her to do this, right? Again, I don't know the details of it, but and I, in fact, told my attorney, listen, do not tell me anything that would be in conflict. Do not do any of this, but I need to know if you do, in fact, have, because of the situation between Tori and I said, listen, I need to know if you do, in fact, have a signed agreement with Tori or her daughter, because that would cause a conflict of interest with me, because I would really like you to help me sue several people, because everybody's suing everybody right now. Ali Akbar suing the J6 committee. Alex Jones is suing the J6 committee. Now, Kelly, I think, realizes she got fucked, right? That she was played. That this whole thing, all these people were playing her, right? But Kelly, like me, was not really big on the idea of... caving in just because somebody's going to give you a platform or offer you some money here or there if you support this. It's not how she works. And in fact, she resubmitted, as I understand, her KETAM, refiled her KETAM, the HAVA one, and actually included, although she can't show me a copy because it's sealed, right? She posted on Twitter. She posted on Twitter a copy, an early draft, right? An early draft of the Ketam that she filed. And then she just, right around Thanksgiving, she refiled with some changes to it. I believe the changes actually include the word Shadowgate. I don't know. Again, haven't seen it. She's not going to show me. If she said, well, I'll show you, but don't say anything, I'd say, no, I don't want to fucking see it, which she wouldn't. But that's how I live. You know, it's called the rules, and it helps keep you out of trouble, right? His thought. Oh, look, Thought Crimes is here. Buy your hoodie. And do I get it ASAP or when you just feel like it? Actually, Thought Crimes, you get it. It's done through a third-party print service, right? So, yeah, actually, they process it pretty quick. So feel free. Feel free. Great work. Great work with the lies that you did, Thought Criminal. Sending those bullshit lies to Lynn Wood, telling him I was coming to harm him. You're a fucking sociopath, man. You tried to weaponize my service-connected PTSD. You fucking piece of shit. I don't know why anybody would listen to you, follow you, support you. You are fucking human garbage, Thought Criminal. You tried to get me fucking shot by Lynn Wood. You lied through your fucking teeth. You lied through your fucking teeth. You are a fucking piece of shit, Thought Criminal. Did you hear me? You are a fucking piece of shit. Right? What kind of person does that? What kind of person weaponizes? What kind of person lies? Because he's worried about his lies and bullshit from Tory being exposed. Yeah, I know. Tory called him too. Y'all tag teamed on that one. Are you her new Nathan? You getting some for this? Or is she paying you cash? Right? Who fucking weaponizes? You know, I spent 2 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, you piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. You keyboard fucking warrior. I spent 2 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. I saw things that the government says you have 50% PTSD. Right? I saw things because your fucking coward ass would not go over there and do something like that. You sit behind your keyboard and lie. You fucking people disgust me. You do. And you'll be exposed, right? You'll be exposed. Kelly's deciding right now whether she's going to fire your little piece of shit friend, Tory, Thought Criminal. Pass that along to her, right? And if she fires Tory, she's going to take on my case. And if she takes on my case, your ass is going to be included in it. You fucking piece of shit. Discovery is going to be a bitch. Now, maybe it won't happen. I'm just a fucking little PFC that you guys tried to squash with your lies, your pathetic, sociopathic lies. Right? But maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe people are sick of people like you, scum of the earth like you, Thought Criminal. Maybe people are sick of Tory and her lies and her little fucking time machine. Y'all tried to get me shot. You tried to weaponize my service-connected PTSD when all I did was say, I literally said that night, I asked everyone to say a prayer that my information was able to get to Lynn Wood. Just get my information to Lynn Wood. And I said, whatever the hell he decides to do with it, that's up to him. But you couldn't let that happen, you piece of fucking shit. You low life, sociopathic, scum, fucking piece of the earth. Yeah, I'm PG-13. Yeah, keep it up. Thought Criminal. Keep it up. You can make whatever fucking post. You can make whatever fuck you want. I hope to God the J6 committee looks into your shit. I hope to God the DOJ looks into the shifty shit you've been into with Tory. And I hope they fucking take you guys off the board, because what you're doing is exactly what I was trying to expose and stop in Shadowgate. So why did you ever support me? Why did you ever support me, you fucking loser piece of shit? Why? Were you just playing a game? Because what part of the bullshit lies that you're doing right now was I not trying to expose when I sat on InfoWars set and said we all just need to stop this? What part of that didn't you understand, you fucking pathetic loser? I don't know. I don't know what sickness in these people's minds, like Jonathan Lee Riches, right? Post shit that that I molested my daughter. We'll see him in court one day. I'll get that fucking answered. But he's no Thought Criminal. If you think you are like even this much better than that fucking piece of shit scumbag that did a dime, who's so mentally broken, he spent half of his 10-year federal sentence for fraud in in solitary confinement. And you're as broken as that piece of shit. My God. My God. My God. And you can say whatever the fuck you want in there. I don't give a shit. People know who the fuck you are. People know that you're just a loser piece of shit. People know that Tory did that. And if this works out, oh my God. If it doesn't, that's okay. Moving forward on the book, moving forward on the coin, you can feel free to order that. Right? Or you can go just screw yourself. I could give a shit. I could give a shit. I really could. But no, you guys, man, I swear. The site is looking good though, right? I did not upload yesterday's show yet, but I will. But it's actually kind of makes it easy the way I got it set up here. I put together this clip today.
And this is all about sort of a
and posted it online. But I like how you can so easily just work with everything. You can, if you go to this, you can click here to go to the Facebook page, which I'm assuming it's broadcasting. I don't know. I don't actually have enough room for my Facebook page here. If you go over to the middle one, you can, the Bergy-Bit one, that takes you to the Freedom Stream, Bergy-Bit. You go to the No Coin over here, and you've got YouTube, right? So I can add all of these things into there. These show the other recent posts that I've made. It actually, I kind of like the functionality. Once I really get this stuff put together, I want to just actually do the show like this because I can go into these.
Conspiracy theory, Alex. This is a conspiracy.
Let me do this. I want to actually start this over. This is good. And I'm going to go full screen on this. So enjoy this.
And this is all about sort of a one world order that they're moving toward. And this is not a conspiracy theory, Alex. This is a conspiracy.
The charade would have held up over time, but they couldn't help themselves. With careers made by the prestige and money that can be achieved only through continuing their campaign elsewhere, the Coindinistas start talking about G-Coin, or Global Counterinsurgency, a worldwide fight to perform nation building under the rubric of the War on Terror.
And what we have to understand is that the big take is the United States of America. We're in this battle between really competing ideologies, and this is no kidding. And the competing ideologies is whether we're going to continue on as a democracy and a constitutional republic, or whether we're going to go become a communist country.
Mike and Charlie, back for another adventure. Growing up, they had wild times. Mike Flynn crashes four automobiles. He gets in one wreck with Charlie. Crossing an intersection, a car slams into them, a T-bone. Charlie and Mike climb out of their car. They're okay. The other car? Blood. Mike looks at it, sees the dead body. Oh, shit. They tell their dad. Nothing shocks their dad. Korean War vet, father of 9. Mike Flynn is on board. They just need to work his transfer from his division.
My father was a World War II vet, and my mom, right, thank God that she
Ooh.
decided to have as many kids as she did. They handed my brothers and sisters on a silver platter a beautiful country.
Major General Mike Flynn was considered within the military as one of the most brilliant intelligence officers of his generation. This was the 4th time he'd worked as McChrystal's number 2. He was of Irish descent, wiry with black hair and a touch of gray. A rat on acid, as one of the staffers called him, pointing to what his staff jokingly called a severe case of attention deficit disorder. You would never want to be his assistant, Duncan Ward. He goes through them very quickly. He'd partied hard growing up in a family of 9, regularly getting out of control drunk while narrowly avoiding serious trouble. He followed in the well-established career path of youthful screw-ups.
Oh.
Okay? I am not about to take that platter that I was given and turn it over to my children and my grandchildren as a communist country.
I sat down next to him and started fumbling with my questions. I wanted to begin with his career and family life. First, I asked him if he'd gone for a run that morning. One of McChrystal's defining characteristics, according to all the biographical material I'd read about him, was his obsession with fitness. He regularly would go on jogs for 6 or 7 miles. When he briefly lived in New York to work at the Council on Foreign Relations,
And we're only really here because thus far you've been right.
Few people are going to regret a moment in their life like that than Millie, because I'm loving that, right? You know, you get this garbage like thought criminal, right? And I'm not even reading his shit, right? I recommend don't even respond to him. He's nobody. He's nothing, right? The people that I'm after, the people that I'm focused on, are actually, they're the problem, right? These are just like scabs that develop over a wound. But no, Flynn, McChrystal, that's a different problem, right? So let me do this. I made another video that I wanted to kind of play and have a chat with. This is about 6 minutes 24 seconds long. And this is interesting.
There is a war, in fact, going on the Bill of Rights. Alex is exactly right. The First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment will be determined in the next few months to be true or false. Either.
Hold on. Why isn't it? Oh, duh. Oh, we gotta reload that Hasberg jaw up. And if I would have broken that motherfucker's jaw on January 6th, we might not be in this situation. So yeah, that's one area that I failed you, but I also promised Dustin Stockton that I would be on my best behavior. And he understood that best meant like best-ish.
There is a war, in fact, going on the Bill of Rights. Alex is exactly right. The First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment will be determined in the next few months to be true or false. Either congressional subpoenas can be wide-ranging and unlimited in scope, or we have a Fourth Amendment. And I think that's why I'm suing the committee. You're suing the committee. General Flynn just came out. He's suing the committee. Mark Meadows is suing the committee. Trump campaign officials are suing the committee.
There was actually kind of a reason I went to there. Let me do this here real quick.
Can be wide-ranging and
Remember that little interview that Flynn, Byrne, both Flint, Joe and Mike Flynn, Byrne, Alex Jones did a few weeks ago when Byrne was pushing Tory's stuff on InfoWars? Yeah. Which I find hilarious because thought criminal by supporting Tory. She's fucking working for InfoWars for Alex Jones now. Well, she actually has been. You stupid.
unlimited in scope, or we have a Fourth Amendment. And I think that's why I'm suing the committee. You're suing the committee. General Flynn just came.
You notice Look at this. Pentagon's new extremism rules. But look at what he's focused on there. Generals. Hold on here. He had one earlier. It was in a different one. He goes through and they show these. I need to get a paper camera. Why don't I have a paper cam? I need a paper cam so I can zoom in on exciting, interesting articles I'm holding.
He's suing the committee. Mark Meadows is suing the committee. 4 Trump campaign officials are suing the committee. A great lawyer, John Eastman, is suing the committee. And all we're saying is, we get that you have a job to do, but you can't rifle through all of our phones.
Hey, so somebody, I had to stop here real quick. Michelle Lords says, Tory works for God. I know that for a fact. Okay. Michelle, real quick, right? Are you, so you know for, I know for a fact, Michelle, or whoever that was, I know for a fact that Tory reached out to Lynn Wood, lied to him, telling him I was coming there to harm him, that I had service-connected PTSD, I had a weapon, and I was coming there to harm him. That fucking piece of shit, scumbag, thought criminal joined her. Several people did. Lynn Wood, supposedly a godly man, then, without even Googling my name, without looking into it whatsoever, and by the way, I literally asked my audience to pray the night before, that night when I was, that my message gets to Lynn Wood, so I'm able to get this information to him. And your misgodly Tory lied to him, told him that I was going there to harm him. I was armed. I had service-connected PTSD. And if he hadn't have called me at 1 o'clock in the morning and I just showed up there at the gate, well, if you looked at last night's show, you would have seen that almost 600 people were engaged saying that I was ungodly. Almost 600 people were wanting him to shoot me from the tree line if I approached his gate. That was because your sick, fucking, demented piece of shit Tory did that. She's a fucking sociopath who claims to have a time machine. And if you believe that she's truly working for God, please explain to me where in the Bible it says that anyone who follows God would do that to someone else. Or are you just so broken? Now that's a fact. You may not like facts. You may be struggling right now with a fucking reality that you're not capable of handling. But the truth is something you should really try to face. And you need to explain to me that if you're going to sit there and say that somebody is a person of God who I showed did that, you need to explain to me how God is okay with something like that. And I say that same thing, not just about Tory, but about Lynn Wood. He claims to be a man of God. What kind of man of God spreads a lie like that without even Googling my name? And then he goes on and says how people do this to him. And oh my God, he's such a victim. And oh my God, I can't believe someone would do this to me and my family. Well, they did this to me and my family, and I was trying to help you, bring information to you. And you, without any consideration, a man of God, reposted that. Let's have a conversation about people pretending to believe in God. Because it doesn't, if you're going to sit there in my thread and I say, anybody can be in my thread and say anything they want unless it involves like boiling me in acid, then Southern Charms at least is going to boot you out of Twitchville. But otherwise, you can be a piece of shit like Thought Criminal and be in there. I'm not reading your shit. God is my witness. I wouldn't waste my time. And I tell other people, don't even respond to him because he's just a fucking bot, right? But explain to me how God would do that to me. Now, I believe there's probably a pretty good chance. What person drives to someone's house? Is that how you're trying to justify Tory's lies? Are you fucking kidding me? You know, you're going to start embarrassing yourself. Did you really say what kind of person drives to someone's house? A whistleblower was willing and did drive 6 hours to take documents to somebody's plantation where they have had in the past a large cyber, it was a fusion cell. So it's not really a house. It's highly publicized. And I was going there to try to help him as a godly person. So you'll sit there and say, well, what are you doing? Why would that? How does that answer the question? Right? You sound like Tory. Answer the question. Why would you justify? How can you justify somebody doing that to somebody they called a friend? Doing that to somebody who was like, who they got involved in Shadowgate? You know, I didn't reach out to Tory. Tory engaged me through Millie and Gavin. Right? This is on her. So if you're going to sit there and justify that, you're probably going to be looking like a fool. Because the people in this thread aren't stupid. They're pissed, actually. They're sick of garbage like Thought Criminal, Jonathan Lee Riches. They're sick. You know, Tory almost certainly was behind Jonathan Lee Riches putting that shit out about me molesting my daughter. And I have the evidence now that shows, I actually have had evidence that shows when Jason Funes engaged that guy, it almost certainly was that Sean Weitzman piece of shit that put KC into my office, but they were originally engaged by Tory. She knew them and still does. So is that what a godly person does? No. And if you don't start answering that question, people are just gonna, because PTSD is unpredictable, her heart was not in the right place. She lied to protect her lie. She's been setting up Lynn Wood. I've been trying to get this information to Lynn Wood for a long time, over a year. She's been keeping it from me. Just like she killed my InfoWars lawsuit, injecting her daughter. Her daughter. Who would put her daughter in a situation like that? She did it because she was engaged. It was a deliverable. She had to keep my shit suppressed. She's literally working for these people. When are you going to understand that? And stop excusing her. Stop enabling her. You, by enabling her right now, might as well be pulling that trigger on me. And most of you who support her supported me. And you didn't support me because Tory brought us to you. No, I believe you supported me because I stood up as a whistleblower, put my ass on the line, not Tory's ass, my ass on the line. And I came out in Shadowgate, and I came out honestly in Shadowgate with facts that you can prove. No time machines, nothing in Shadowgate is provable that Tory put in there. In fact, not only is it provable, it's probably going to end up in the Dominion Seidel lawsuit because it had Dominion and Seidel shit in it 3 months before the election, and now they're suing these guys for $1 billion. This was all a setup. She was put in here. She's almost certainly still working for Brennan. She's definitely working for Byrne. Who the fuck knows who Byrne's working for? He's either got a clearance, He's a standing member of the Council on Foreign Relations, right? Oh, they're big God supporters. Why is Tory supporting a guy who's a Council on Foreign Relations, who's been running some sort of psyop? You realize that the person, Patrick Byrne, was walking around and putting in place with senators was a Russian woman, right? Now, that Russian woman is looking at running for president of Russia, or their senate or something. The president of the... Holy shit. Are you kidding me? This man at one of the highest levels of influence in our politics, in our government right now, literally is bragging about how somebody that he engaged through the Council on Foreign Relations, with his clearance, felt compelled to engage the FBI, and then tried to set her up and said he was doing it because of a fucking letter that the Senate Judiciary gave him 10 years earlier. He's just rogue, right? He's doing whatever the fuck he wants. That's not constitutional. That's not at all constitutional. And he's Tao, by the way. And Tory is a Taoist, by the way. That's not Jesus. I'm not knocking Tao, but you're sitting here telling me that Tory is doing this for God's work? No, she's literally, that's not even her religion. It's not even Patrick Byrne's religion. Do you not have the ability to research and look for things for yourself rather than just repeat them? You know, Lynn Wood, I've determined, it took me a year to figure out if he was malevolent or a moron. Because if he was malevolent, he's standing up on stage with Ali Akbar. He's giving Akbar a platform. I'm sending them emails of which Sidney Powell responded to, right? Saying, hey, you can't be giving this guy a platform. He's a fucking terrorist. And Sidney Powell responded back saying that she had communicated with, implying she had communicated at least with Lynn Wood, but I never knew that for sure. So I wanted to find out if Lynn Wood was just being manipulated or if Lynn Wood was behind this. Because he's literally like the John Here to Help shit. That was Tory and John Here to Help back in December of last year feeding him that Cappy shit. And if you go by what Patrick Byrne said in that email response, that Tory lies and deceives and shifts constantly and can't be trusted for anything, then how can you say that person, if you're Lynn Wood, how can you say this is a credible whistleblower? Was the credibility based on Tory? Was the credibility based because he's connected to Tory? Assuming that's John Here to Help that was the whistleblower with the Cappy stuff. I'm still trying to sort that out. I get all these fucking Johns and shit, you know, whether it's the little pig guy or whether it's the fucking QAnon. And what are you doing? And what does it matter? QAnon is a psyop. You don't understand that by now? It was a psyop that was ran by almost certainly General Flynn. Now, I can actually, all these people running around, I put this out, Southern Charms knows this. I'm putting it out to everybody. Anyone that claims to have been a Q, right? Posting as Q. I would like you to tell me how you accomplished non-attribution that is undetectable by the 17-3 intelligence agencies, not to mention all the other nation states that are going to be trying to find you, right? So my background, verifiably, not time machine, not providing any information on anything, verifiably, my background for the IIA program was a non-attribution, right? I'm probably one of very few people who can actually say that his work was tested against these intelligence agencies and proven to be able to subvert their to avoid detection, at least for several years, right? Now, I'm one of the few people. Now, people understand, you know, people are, oh, I'll probably use the onion router, right? Good luck with that. Anyone who can post shit without attribution for 4 years or more, like Q, did it using the same technologies and capabilities that I helped pioneer from 2007 to 2010, verifiably. So, if you are Q, tell me how you were able to anonymize yourself. Because I know exactly what would be required, although things have changed. I keep up with that, and I have friends. So I would know if you were lying or not. I would know if you were actually Q making a post. All you have to do is tell me how you did it. Even generally how you did it, and I would be probably one of the few people that would know whether you're bullshit or not. Right? But almost certainly, this man right here, General Flynn, has the means, motive, and opportunity. He absolutely, who do you think put in the RFP, the request for proposal, for the non-attribution, for the IIA work that we did that I was doing over in Iraq and Afghanistan? It was these fuckers right here. I mean, there's nobody that has more means, motive, and opportunity than this guy. Am I wrong? Right? So, let me click on with this.
Records and all of our tweets and all of our Facebook posts and our private communications, you and I, Alex, have decided to take the advice of our lawyers and basically not talk until I was deposed. And that's infringed on our First Amendment rights. You and I have a First Amendment right to come to the American public, to come to the InfoWars audience, and talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. But you and I haven't been able to do that. So they have infringed on our First Amendment, and all we're asking the courts for is relief on the Fourth Amendment. You can't have an unlimited subpoena to wrap up millions of Americans and say, well, who's talking to who about Stop the Steal or Republican activity or Patriot activity?
You can if you're a
monitoring all
terrorist.
conservatives and what sites we visit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is getting dangerous.
You can if you're a terrorist.
Sides. The people on Antifa and the
Who's that answer, man?
people in the Proud Boys.
Both sides are being pitted against each other in order to cause chaos.
Yes.
Why did they want to do that?
Well, if you want to increase funding and support or for the Proud Boys, do this. If you want to increase and radicalize and get more people brought into Antifa, you get these things going.
It's sort of a one world order that they're moving toward. And this is not a conspiracy theory, Alex. This is a conspiracy. And
The charade would have held up over time, but they couldn't help themselves. With careers made by the prestige and money that can be achieved only through continuing their campaign elsewhere, the Coindinistas start talking about G-Coin, or global counterinsurgency, a worldwide fight to perform nation building under the rubric of the War on Terror.
Or getting the permits.
Or getting the permit.
Getting the permit.
A political dirty trickster and agent provocateur, Ali Alexander
fucked that up.
hijacked the Women for America First events.
I sought power. I sought power and influence.
So I got to tell you, Alex,
can't make this up.
you know, they thought they had us pinned down, and what we're doing is we're saying we will cooperate where the law requires.
How nice of you.
And we will invoke our constitutional right.
Well, let's just be clear now. Liz Cheney had all the permits around, so we couldn't get the main ones. We had to get one way on the back. She totally got caught.
If we did not fill
Now-
the gap, I'm convinced
Now,
that Trump
real quick here. They're trying to call out Liz Cheney. This is their ace in the hole. Oh, Liz Cheney's behind it. She's a Republican rhino. Look at who this freaking scumbags behind.
Have already conceded.
That's Ali Alexander. Alexander has launched a Stop the Steal website seeking donations and claiming he doesn't have time to start a stupid nonprofit or LLC, so just send him the money.
Sorry, breaking tomorrow.
Alex.
What?
I think
I need a paper cam.
He's been attacking the people who put this together. He's not taking my stage. It's not happening.
So, when Rudy said,
one of the people who organized this is well known for having worked with the Lincoln Project in the past.
he's actually referring to the fact that all these guys have a common history with one another from the McCain 2008 campaign.
Look, they don't want me to come out and talk about anything. It's not against the law. They didn't inform me that I couldn't talk about anything. And still, I'm respecting the process. Notice, I'm not talking about necessarily, pull quotes or the contents, but the look and the feel, because the American people deserve this, including people on the left. Again, I support an independent investigation into January 6th.
Do you?
Using other state capitals for practice dry runs.
No!
We're all actors, but I want to direct and act.
He says he's a Trump supporter, right?
Trump, would you shut up?
Oh.
Would you shut up?
Oh.
Rhetorically, Trump was retarded. Trump was just annoying.
Well, that's exactly how you would do it. Think about it.
If you were
Stop the Steal is not just a political movement. It's not even a Trump movement. It's not a Trump movement.
You become the face of your enemy so that when the media demonizes you, they're actually demonizing your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Slick. Shadowgate 2.0 called out Ali Akbar months ago, prior to January 6th.
And I go shopping for money from billionaires. And a lot of times these billionaires give me money to go do what I want to do to find out information.
They call me the Hammer sometimes.
The Mercers.
And you're about to find out why. That Ali plays behind the curtain.
Posting videos titled "Stop the Steal Takes Over Georgia Capitol" isn't that cryptic. It became obvious that Ali was leading people to storm the Capitol on January 6th.
I want to say something. I don't disavow this. I do not.
Okay. We gotta stop. What the fuck is up with that mustache? Is that like a Hitler thing or some shit? What the fuck is up with that mustache? I'm not kidding you. Who did that? That is like just creepy. Creepy.
Completely peaceful.
I've never seen anything as creepy as that in my life.
Agitators that I obviously don't endorse, but this is completely peaceful.
But Ali wasn't the only
Did it
one
just not
involved
grow in
in
proper or something? Is he like did he miss a puberty thing? What the fuck is up with that
subverting the
mustache?
president's rally. We have 3 different sources that were able to separately identify the father of John and James Sullivan,
Oh, goodness gracious.
and that he claims to have been
Oh, goodness
involved
gracious.
in psychological operations.
Oh my
Alex
God.
Jones and Ali Alexander were the least aware people in the country.
I agree.
Part of me, the selfish part, wishes I'd never met Donald Trump, wishes that I'd never met Roger Stone.
Concernovich and those dumbasses.
And we're only really here because thus far you've been right.
Fuck you, Akbar. Now, you got that piece of shit thought criminal coming at me. I came out. Where the fuck was thought criminal when I was riding my Harley across the country? Or let's go back. When I was putting my ass on the line, filing my Ketam whistleblower lawsuit in D.C. court, which actually almost certainly is what ended up getting Tory brought onto the contract. Right? That was a problem for him. That was a problem for him. Michael Hastings was a problem for them, but Michael Hastings wasn't trained by them. He didn't know what to look for. I've seen sociopaths like Tory and Akbar and Thought Criminal. I've seen them on the battlefield, really, because these things actually tie in. IIA supports the overall IO mission, right? It's not just keyboard warriors. Sometimes you get your hands dirty. Not with these guys. Cheez-Its are probably the most dirt he'll get under his nails. But I was out there months before. And and what I was exposing in Shadowgate, all of these freaking pieces of garbage that were on Cappy's Mossad Media Matrix list decided to attack me. Ooh, wow. I wonder if maybe because it was because I was exposing what the fuck these pieces of shit were doing. Maybe. Oh, was I exposing what you were doing, Thought Criminal? You get paid to destroy people's lives? It's not quite the honorable job as a nurse or something. Maybe you could go try to get a job where you didn't destroy and lie about, Afghanistan veterans. You would make something up, like me molesting my daughter. You would. He would. He's that broken. Tori would. She was almost certainly behind the Jonathan Lee Riches thing. All of those people were connected, right? I knew it. I always knew it. My intuition played strong in all of this, even though these guys were putting together this little fucking play. I did. And you know what? If y'all say, oh, Bergy's full of shit, what do you think they talk about all day? Is them doing exactly that. Exactly things like what I'm telling you they did to me. That's what they brag about. It's what Tori brags about. It's what I said when I was in New York and I recorded her. For the longest time, I was trying to separate myself from her, but I knew if I did, she would attack me with lies, with her sociopathic lying friends. Was I wrong? I think I kind of was proven right. In that video that I recorded when I was leaving, she was lying. She was making all that shit up about me. You scared her daughter? Oh my God, you scared my daughter. Yeah, the same person you weaponized in lawfare with my attorney to get my attorney to shut down my case. You used your daughter for that. You're a horrible person, not godly. And the things that they did, the things that she said, oh my God. So, but I'm hooked up to Bluetooth, by the way. And, we're 1 minute left. But I want to play like a minute of this right here. This was something that, who was that? Hip, I think, sent me this here. Let me see.
And who's controlling David Hancock? That's the real question. There's no doubt that he is a deep state operative. So you'd have to track back to find out who runs the deep state in this country. I know what's been done to me. I know who's done it. Maybe I'll be right and maybe I'll be wrong. But I hold Michael T. Flynn responsible for every damn thing they've done to my children, the threats they've made against my life, and the threats they've made against even my friends.
Almost certainly. Wait. Why is that echoing like that? Almost certainly. The people that were behind the threats to his family and his friends were people like Thought Criminal. Jason Funes is tied to him. Absolutely. Jason Funes is tied to the scumbags. I think he's tied to that Hancock guy, which he's going to mention right now. He was the one that was spreading the lies about him and his family. Funes is connected to Sean Weitzman. Weitzman's connected to Funes and Tory, Weitzman, Tory, Funes, Enrique Tarrio, Roger Stone. These are all immediate next person connections in what I really hope will someday be an amazing fuck you lawsuit.
By God, they made threats against my puppies. You do not mess with my family, my friends, and my puppies. Michael Flynn's day is...
Okay, so he threatened me with his puppies, right? So he threatened me with his puppy. He threatened me with his puppies. Well, he said he has puppies and then a couple very large pit bulls that were going to eat me, apparently, for coming to try to bring him evidence that would stop this onslaught of his family he's talking about right now. He was going to sick those precious dogs of his on me because he, a godly man, never bothered to Google my freaking name, never bothered to question these sociopaths like fucking Thought Criminal, which I got screenshots of the shit that he put to the lies, man. I mean, you look at it, you're like, holy Jesus, Thought Criminal just fucking lied, right? I don't know how people even do that. Or to me, it's like, how, right? How? Normal people can't fathom it, right? But these guys, they'll do that shit. And so they're like, oh my God, don't let Bergy get to Lynn Wood because he's going to let him know we've been doing this to his family and his coworkers and his friends. So they lie to stop me. They lie to stop me. It didn't stop me. I got the information to him. And what he does with that is up to him. He seems to think he's doing me some type of a favor. But he's not doing me any favor. I actually have been trying to do him a favor for over a year. And anyone who thinks that I'm fucking doing them a favor, or that they're doing me a favor after that, after I spent a year, after he sat there and gave Ali Akbar a platform when I was getting fucking buried for trying to point that out. No, he doesn't get to say, oh, I question whether or not you... No, he doesn't get to say that to me. He can. He's a person, I'm a person, but I'm going to tell him, fuck off. I was coming to help you, and you were going to put your dogs on me. You fucking... And I don't care. I don't care.
And if he listens in, hear me loud and clear, Michael Flynn. I figured out your game. I know who you are. And you're going to answer to...
Wish you would have figured out his game a fucking year ago, Mr. Hero, Mr. Oh, I don't need to call Bergy back. I'll let him fucking sit around for 3 weeks, every couple, maybe 4 or 5 days, tell him I'm going to do a show. I'm going to do a show. And then 3 weeks later, question whether or not, oh my God, I'm really wondering about you. Really? Then don't wonder about me. Just go fuck yourself. Good luck with that. I am nobody's bitch. Right? I'm not Tory's bitch. I'm not Lynn Wood's bitch. I'm not General Flynn's bitch. Sure as hell not Akbar's bitch. I'm nobody's bitch.
Especially when you pray a satanic prayer. You are a devil worshiper, sir. I do not call you general anymore. You do not deserve the respect of that title.
I agree.
You are a traitor.
He is.
I think he was involved in the attempt to overthrow President Trump in the Russian hoax.
No shit. What the fuck do you think I've been telling you? What the fuck do you think I've been trying to reach out to you about? For over a year, while you're giving them a platform and while they're burying me. And when I do finally reach out to you, I do finally get a hold of you because you've come to your Jesus moment with Flynn, you fucking try to shoot me.
Flynn was too smart to have an interview with the FBI and the White House without a lawyer. He certainly, after 2 years in Obama, would have known that he had to contact the counsel to the White House to let them know he was going to be interviewed. I think it was a setup so that he would look like he was a persecuted patriot, so that he could continue to have President Trump embroiled in the Russian hoax in hopes that they could overthrow the President of the United States with a lie.
Which Tory's
That's who I
behind,
think
you
Michael Flynn
dumbass.
is. I learned it over time. It broke my heart when I realized it, but I am not going to cower.
Okay, good. He learned it over time. It broke his heart when he realized it. Does he have any idea how much damage he did to our company, our country, by getting played like he did? I don't think he realizes he hasn't accepted responsibility for the tremendous amount of damage that he's responsible for, that he's now like, oh my God, you should follow me because I'm not going to let anybody fool me again, and again, and then, well, maybe a couple more. Really? I'm thinking that's probably not the case. I know it's not the case. They fooled him again. Tory and this dumbass thought criminal can fool him. My dog could fool him. I don't have a dog anymore. That joke would have been funnier.
What I have learned. Time will tell if I'm right. But right now, Michael Flynn, he barely speaks. He speaks through his little minions.
I'm speaking 5 days a week now, Lynn.
He's hiding. If I'm right, the day will come that Michael Flynn will not be able to show his face in public. Neither will Sidney Powell, the consigliere to the Flynn family. I think it's a crime family.
I do too.
Is that clear enough?
Clear.
I think your position on that is been made eminently clear, Lynn. I don't.
Well, then maybe.
I don't think anybody could accuse you of not being clear and concise with your opinion.
I could. You know why? Because Lynn Wood should be having that conversation with me. Yeah. I'm a dick. He should be having that conversation with me. Person that fucking risked his ass, a person that he lied about, a person that he personally was responsible for probably half the loss of my followers and supporters by putting shit out like that. And by not calling out immediately the fact that Tory, which he told me, was the one that reached out and contacted him telling him I was coming to harm him. And then, of course, you can just look in the thread and see the bullshit thought criminal was putting out there. It was timed, tactical, coordinated. Somebody got something. Gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rode for free on that one. Godly? Was that godly? These people. Are you starting to get the impression with me that I'm over these games and their bullshit? And I'm over, and if you want to keep supporting these people, fine. I'm over your bullshit too. You know, you're going to regret this. But whatever. I can lead a horse to water. I can't make it drink. Like I said to Lynn Wood the night before, like I said to my audience, listen, I want to pray that I'm able to give him this information, and what he does with it is on him. I just felt called by God for over a year to get him that information. And this person in the, Tori is working for God. She knows it. Bullshit. You fucking lying. You're lying yourself. Of course, I can tell you, because God has nothing to do with creating the evil that would do something like that to me, to Lynn Wood, that could have gotten me shot. My plan was to leave at 2 o'clock in the morning, put my phone as a map on the console. I wouldn't have been reading social media or following any of that. It was a 6-hour drive. And by the way, 20 minutes into it, I get a response from my sister because I couldn't track down my mom for Thanksgiving. And she tells me, oh, by the way, yeah, your mom died last May. Fuck you. These fucking thought criminal and these pieces of shit with their holier than thou mission. Yeah, you know, they're going to get what they have coming. They will. They will. But they, again, they are the fucking shorties. I'm going after the actual serious people. The people I used to work for. I answered to 4-star generals, not fucking pieces of shit like Thought Criminal. Right? He's actually working. He's so stupid he's fucking working for InfoWars right now. You gotta love that. That's gotta sting a lot because he spent the last several years of his life fucking broken over Alex Jones. Now I come out and I'm trying to expose Alex Jones. I'm putting my ass out on the line to do all of this stuff, and I got that fucking dumbass coming at me. So clearly, I tell him, don't send the fucking lowest bidders. Jesus. We're running late, folks. This is awesome. That's what I wanted to play with.
Well, I can say this.
Right?
There may be other people involved with him. I'd be looking at some former generals, Petraeus, McChrystal, maybe even Mattis.
You know, I wonder where he got those names from. And not only where did he get those names from, but where did he get the actual forensically verifiable information that ties them all together? Me. So, good luck to him on that. Hey, we got a common enemy. We got a common enemy. But just because you got some fucking plantation in some, Colonel Sanders, actually, I think the poll in the audience kind of thought it was more of a foghorn leghorn voice. But just because you got this plantation and you walk around talking like foghorn leghorn doesn't mean that you can disrespect me. Doesn't mean you can lie about me. Doesn't mean you can almost get me shot, and doesn't mean that you can spend a year giving Flynn a platform and not come out and apologize to everyone that you lied to by giving him that platform, because now you realize he is a bad person, the exact person that you were describing there. You need to come out and say, my bad. I came out and said a long time ago, my bad for helping build the shadow net. Okay, take that mea culpa. But you ain't getting any respect from me until you do that. And I don't care who the fuck you think you are. I got a plantation. I got nothing, and I got more than you, my friend. Thank you all very much. Absolutely wonderful evening. I really appreciate y'all joining me. Going to put something very good together tomorrow. I'm not done with these people, right? They think they got this platform. They think they can just walk all over me. No. Well, they can. But, I'm going to walk back. I'm going to step back. And they're exposing themselves. They're exposing themselves. And hopefully, people will get around my less than artful way of dealing with this. Hopefully people can get around that, get over that, realize that, yeah, these people have broken me even beyond my 2 years of service in Iraq and Afghanistan. But, and they say it, right? And I'm thinking, keep saying that I'm mentally unstable, because if I am, you kind of made me that way with all of your lies, tactical, coordinated defamation lies over the last year. And all of you have really super deep pockets. I got nothing. I mean, I got shit. I'm not property poor. I'm just poor. I would love to be property poor. In fact, someday, soon, I hope to, now that my name's off my ex-wife's mortgage, I hope to be able to get my VA loan because I'm a verifiable veteran. Unlike Tori, I can actually go out and I got my VA card and such. Does she have a VA card? I wonder. But I, you know, my honorable discharge allows me to do that. So hopefully someday I'll be upgraded from poor to property poor. But again, I've got more honor and integrity having just being poor than these fucking billionaire Council on Foreign Relation attorneys have in their entire fucking bodies. Right? And if you don't like me saying that, just go listen to them. Right? All I can do is put this information out there again as unartfully as I do. It's going to be straight information, best that I can. And it's going to be on point. It's not going to be, I'm not going to start drifting off tomorrow on like COVID and shit, unless it somehow ties in directly to the social media manipulation that I've been trying to get out since my key tam and all of that. Unless it's that, we're staying focused on this, right? Please help support me if you can at freedomstream.tv. That's a huge one. The coins I'm going to have, like I said, maybe tomorrow, probably Monday, I'll have the initial designs back, drafts back. They should look exactly like what you got right there, right? They should look very much like that. I don't think I have the other one up there right now. But that's going to match with the book. And this is going to be freaking awesome. The whole thing is going to be awesome. I'm very excited, my friends. I'm very excited, right? So the coin, it's going to kind of match. The coin's going to totally match to that. Well, pretty good. I'm going to say, if you order it, the pre-order, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to put the number that's stamped on the coin in the book, right? So it's kind of cool. I think it's going to be cool. And just got a whole new chapter with this bullshit from Lynn Wood. This is going to be an amazing book. Absolutely astounding. It really is. Well, I got to get back to work on that. In the process of me putting together and getting everything sorted and organized for the book, though, I've been able to start being able to put these things together pretty nicely. That's how I'm able to do this, right? So I do need your help. I do need support with this. I do. I'm on $17.50 a month, 70% VA disability. You can check that. That's verifiable. What I'm bringing into this for-profit business is not making a profit yet. With the expenses and everything, few mistakes that I've made with like order counts and such that ended up costing me pretty good, but I took care of it, right? Because I'm not a grifter. Because I'm actually trying to do something good, honest, and I love my country. So if you can help me do this, greatly appreciated. If you can't afford to or anything during these times, I totally get that as well, right? I totally get that as well. You can help me by sharing it. A lot of people have been reading articles and stuff or watching videos, and they know what I'm kind of geared for, and they take these clips and send them to me like Hip did with this, right? Then I was able to, without spending a lot of time, go, hey, wow, this is great for the show. So thank you very much for contributing these things. They got to be focused in the area of what I'm trying to expose. Once I get this stuff exposed, We'll see where the American awakening takes us, what kind of channels that we get. Somebody suggested Japanese sex robot channels with a a naked tarot card reading channel. Southern Charms. she caught that one. She's like, you did not just say that. So, no. We'll think of something, right? We'll think of something. Thank you very much, folks. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. It's Friday. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow. Be good, people. Be good. Be good. God bless you all.